And we're live. Mick is turned into a ghost. And he's back. Wow, look at him.
Corporeal.
So nice.
Look at him.
It looks so nice, Mick.
Boy.
Is it wet? Oh, he can't hear us. Is it wet?
Yeah, it's wet. It didn't quite take. I need to do a second coat.
It looks
yeah.
I mean, bleach does that. It looks awesome though. Honestly, that suits you.
Thank you. It's supposed to be like more gray, silver, but it's not quite as dark as I gotta do a second coat.
Can you give us my father will hear about this?
My father will hear about this.
Lucius Malfoy, where did you come from?
Shit. My father will hear about this.
No, Mick, it looks really good, especially like the crown area. Like
it does.
It looks great, silver.
It looks.
I mean,
really
there's some
good.
yellow, but if you get that toner I sent you and put that on and let that process, it should cancel out the rest of the yellow, and you'll get a nice gray, ashy
purple
gray.
shampoo.
Yeah, I got that.
That's that good shit. Is that one with the kangaroo on it?
No, I have another one. Can't remember which one, but yeah, I got purple shampoo and conditioner.
It's really important, by the way.
Yeah.
Don't overdo the purple stuff though, because eventually it will. Like I had white hair at one point, and I used the purple every fucking day. And like on month 2, I had lavender hair. It was honestly cool, but every hairstylist was like, "You fucked up." So
yeah, it's not as silver as I hoped. I look like an asshole, but
no, it will. It will. The toner makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
See, I have a girlfriend who's a hairstylist, so I don't have to worry about anything.
Oh, that's
I
right.
asked Alan for all sorts of wonderful advice, and he was very helpful. It's just, we're working on it.
Yeah,
I didn't realize we were live.
Not at the
Hey, minute to be like, oh shit, we're live. Hello, everyone.
Oh, I thought, what's he posting?
It's my hair now. Do I look dumb? I don't know.
No.
You don't look
dumb.
You just had 4 people sitting around complimenting the hair for like 2 minutes, and you're like, does it look dumb?
Yeah, and also you have to remember when your hair is wet, it's going to look darker than it is actually going to be.
Yeah,
that's true. It is wet. It is indeed wet.
As he's cold.
And I had to rinse it with cold water. And Jesus Christ.
I was waiting for Mick or Dylan to say it.
No, because I was accused of sexually harassing Sumner.
You weren't accused. You were convicted.
You were rightfully called out on.
I'll be right back because I need my water. Hold on.
Welcome to Playotic, everyone. We play Dungeons and Dragons.
You guys want to see Hecate's hair?
Yeah.
Yes, please. Also,
did she use them to her hair too? Yes. The answer is yes.
Ooh, so pretty. Have you put the pink in?
Ooh, 007 gave us bits. Thank you so much,
Thank
0077. We have guidance.
007
Who's that
gifted
for?
Sub and bits.
I think it looks great. I can't hear. Hold on.
Who's guidance for 0077? Guidance is either it's a reroll. You can give it to the DM or you can give it to one of us. There's a right and wrong answer I just presented.
Enjoy your guidance, Abel.
Hey,
there it is, Abel.
Yay.
I'm not Artorias this evening.
Oh, we also have a. Oh, you're not. Do I have art from you? Yeah.
Wait, give me
Weird
1
how
second.
that works. I want to change your name though, because I can change that.
Okay.
Get you a portrait too, real quick.
Whatever he is. I forget what is our new character?
He is a. I'll let him.
I am a. What's going on? What am I doing?
Since we're trying to talk about it, why don't we introduce ourselves and tell everybody who we're playing?
Yeah, let's give Sumner like some time to change things up subtly without anyone noticing.
Sorry, changed his name.
Go ahead.
Alan, can you also send Sumner the new Jackie pic?
Yes, I can. Cool.
Fuck it.
I'm
I like
totally
how
prepared
everyone's
for
here
DMing.
We'll just fucking do it live. Sumner won't like that. That's cool.
Sumner's not gonna have anxiety about this.
We don't see what you see when it's going live. Like we see, oh, that's not my character's name. Oh, that's not my character's art.
Yeah.
As we're live.
That's a fair point. Fair point.
So anyways, Mick, who is your character?
Hi, I'm Mick, and I will be playing Mal, the Hexblood Gloomstalker. Sumner, who are you? Who are you this evening?
I'll be playing Abel. Definitely not Mordecai.
I played Mordecai yesterday. I'm all fucked up about it. So We definitely didn't play Curse of Strahd for a podcast coming up, everyone. So don't worry about that.
I believe
Yeah,
I'm
definitely
able.
didn't record like 3 hours like in February, and then it fucked up and we lost it, and so we had to re-record it. Definitely didn't happen.
Definitely not coming to Patreon soon. So we're gonna go ahead. Oh, we're still discussing that. But I am able, or Dr. Verkan. I'm a Firbolg monk of mercy. Yeah, and who's next? Jackie?
Hi, I am Mookie, and I am playing Jackie O'Hara, or now known as Jackie of the Everlasting. Or Jackie the Everlasting.
I love that.
Update for people that weren't here for last session. Jackie essentially died and has been reborn thanks to the lovely Alan. And
killed me.
You'll get to...
Thank you, Alan, for murder.
Alan did an amazing job coming up with the new version of Jackie, and I absolutely love her, and I can't wait to play her.
Given how happy you were, I do kind of. I think of the Frozen scene where the little snowman guy is like, "I've been impaled," but
look at that! I've been impaled.
Anyway, anywho.
There you go.
Trying to put some music on.
Who's next?
You.
Oh, me. Oh, hi. I'm Dylan. I am playing Sepharis, the party mother of the group, who is still getting over the fact that Jackie just died, but is glad she's back. And now we're wheeling and dealing with a man who was raised by a coven of hags. And that'll bring us to our wonderful maze mommy, Alan.
And 0077, thank you so much for the 200 bits and the golden mug for the 100. Thank you guys for the hype train. Whee!
Thank you.
Hey, thank you all so much.
So I'll be playing the DM and Pagan and the little family that we're about to meet. Also, are we going to go over the things that we talked about in chat? Because we did skip a little bit to get to
That's the beautiful thing about being the dungeon daddy or maze mommy is you get to decide what we go over.
You got quiet. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I was like, that's the wonderful... Oh, my cat adjusted my microphone volume. That's the wonderful thing about being the dungeon daddy or maze mommy is you get to decide what we do and don't go over if you want to go over that stuff. So you tell me. Do we want to go over that?
Yeah, I feel like just for consistency's sake, so they know what we talked about.
So we kind of sped through the end of the last session because we wanted to get to introducing Mal as the starting point for today, but discussing it in chat privately. Yes, we have a private chat for just us, and I'm sorry. We'd love to have you involved in that chat and see what goes on in there, but I promise you it's 90% boring business stuff, 10% sexual harassment on Sumner. So
I'm using Mookie as a example.
we discussed whether we would have kind of investigated the rest of the ruins and poked around a bit. The consensus was kind of we wouldn't like go looting the entire place and like sticking around, but in the room that we fought the Lichen in, if anything stood out, if there was any like, even if it was like a chest of drawers or something, we would have poked through it. We were kind of distracted by floating chicken head that killed Jackie, but upon kind of taking a breather and looking around the room, we discovered a couple of things. A staff of some kind.
Scepter.
Sorry, my notes said staff. I was on my phone, so I just typed scepter. And a note that looked like it was instructions on how to make Gigglebush. Haven't tested it yet, but considering where we found it, I think it checks out. And to recap from that entire situation, all the things we have that we don't know what they do yet, we got a necklace, 2 potions, a feather token that's made of either ivory or porcelain, a blue cube, a rook chess piece, and then the scepter, the recipe on how to make Gigglebush, and a bunch of money. Like a bunch of money. Like
a bunch of money.
What is that? 5,900 plus another 45,949 gold.
I hate to butt in, but I've noticed that we have exceeded our sub goal substantially.
I'm pretty sure that I need to update that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not nearly that, but
I was like, wait, what? So okay. Cool.
Thank you for the call out, but no, unfortunately.
That's fine. So fix that shit so we can talk.
I am fixing as many things as I can right now.
Well, that's a great segue. Mick, what is this sub goal you're talking about? What? We have a...
So
tell me what happens if we meet this goal, right? Goals are all set for a reason.
If we meet this sub goal, we will do special streams that are, I guess, themed would be the best way to describe them. For example, we would do a special stream in which we play kids on bikes, but perform as child versions of ourselves. We would do what was the other special stuff?
I liked the playing AD and like the first published Dungeons and Dragons and dressing like the late 70s, early 80s.
Oh yeah, that too. Like we play original AD&D or Tomb of Horrors or something and dress as if it were the 80s.
This Tomb of Horrors?
Oh
yes. I got a shirt of last weekend.
And this original Dungeons and Dragons.
Would you look at that?
I just realized that we are both wearing these.
Yeah, and we're Christmas colors, so
like a couple of
Mazel tov.
Hold on. Let me check. I think maybe this does a way better job. No, that's not a thing that exists. Cool. All right. But yeah, so we got basically it's special themed streams that are going to be real fun and cool stuff. So yeah.
We wanted to do more streams and more like different kinds of things. We're all a little at capacity as far as like stream schedules go, but as we meet sub goals, it's something we can like set time aside for, and we're going to make a real event of these extra streams. I'm actually excited for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any more?
All right, continue, please.
Announcements. The Playotic Pod posted today, episode 11, right?
I believe so. Yes.
We did. We got some great questions from Monkey Man and Red Panda Cola, which we made a whole episode about.
And some new submissions from the Playotic website, playoticgames.com, where you can submit something under the Dragon section. There's a form where you can submit things for us to read and look at and discuss.
Should I talk about the makeup thing, even though technically I was supposed to do that yesterday?
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it, yeah.
So I decided to start a little makeup competition thing for once a month for Playotic Games in the Discord, and I will work on that tonight and get it posted for tomorrow, even though I was supposed to do it on Sunday. But yeah, it's going to be a specific theme each month, and there will be specific guidelines essentially and rules to follow in regards to us judging the makeup and what you should look for when doing your makeup. And as the makeup person right now of at least this group of Playotic, because I don't know too much about the other group, what they do, but as one of the makeup people, I was like, you know what, let's have fun with this. And so I'm going to get that all set up, and there will be a makeup contest, and it will be judged by both Playotic admin, and there will be a second judging of the members of the community. So it will be official and fan vote.
Heck yeah. I haven't decided if I'm going to judge it like Randy Jackson, Paula Abdul, or Simon Cowell. So I might be like, oh, it's just so great. Or I might be like, yo, dog, you going to Hollywood. Or I'll be like, that is absolutely awful. How dare you? Simon.
Really throw a curveball. Judge it. Come in like Gordon Ramsay. That's the energy.
Wake up! Jesus, it's raw.
It's on.
Raw.
It's raw. You just their makeup is raw.
I am not a fan of Gordon Ramsay. I think he is a large part of the reason that working in the restaurant industry is so toxic. I do not like his behavior.
Really? I've never heard that perspective before. Elaborate.
Yeah, well, okay, so anyone who's worked in the service industry, specifically in food and beverage, it can be very toxic. Like, coworkers are very mean to each other about how fast or how efficient you are.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if you mess up once, like, you're done. No one will ever trust you with anything again. And like, a large part of that is because of pop culture and all of these chefs who are just complete assholes for no reason to people who have a very hard job to do to begin with. And then you're just making it harder by screaming at them. And people just think it's acceptable, and it's not. It's awful. It's stupid.
Have you ever watched the British
It's
not
very
Hell's Kitchen?
different. It's very different.
It's very
Kitchen Nightmares.
Yeah, Kitchen Nightmares. The British one, he's like way more chill and supportive, and I think he's just playing to the audience where Americans want drama and but
so
not
the
not
problem is Americans.
Yeah, he's mean for the show.
Weirdly, in a weird turn of events, Americans are the bad guys.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming? My father will hear of this.
Yep.
Potter. I don't know Harry Potter, so I can't. God damn it! Do I look like
Avada-Kedavra
fat
is the
Draco
killing
Malfoy
curse.
now? Is that what you guys are telling me?
No, we don't call you Boomer Mick behind her back.
Hair. I mean, it's the style you've got it in with the color is very reminiscent of like the early, like Harry Potter 1 and 2, where he's like the most little shit of himself.
Mm-hmm.
He turns into an asshole, but he starts off as just a little shit.
Oh no! It's kind of a meme with like getting your hair bleached. It's just like every time like Heather gets her hair bleached for her pink, like she always like takes a few Malfoy selfies.
Boo this man.
No, it's
and all you do is you slick your hair back, and that's all you have to do.
That's all you have to do.
Get the look.
No, it looks good on you, like for real.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You don't look like Malfoy. It's just a meme. No. All right, I want to play D&D. What about y'all?
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
So, Dungeon Daddy, Sky Daddy, where are we starting?
Dungeon Master, you may go ahead.
So currently we're at the edge of the wetlands outside of Pinley. You guys were fleeing from a storm that came out of nowhere and sucked up the city. Yeah.
I just feel like we didn't do an actual recap. We just did.
No, we didn't.
Recap of the in between.
Yeah. So there was some kind of event where the sky burst open and a cloud monster like just started conjuring all of these cloud-like beasts on the ground. Yeah, wolves.
Like rain from the sky.
Yeah, wolves. Rain from the sky.
It was very reminiscent of Neverending Story and The Nothing and the wolf that tries to kill the boy for the nothing.
I was also picturing, if anybody had watched Loki, the wolf cloud thing that's in the series.
I've never watched any of these things.
I was going to say, Alan does not watch pop culture, so this is literally...
Okay, The Neverending Story is a German movie from like the 80s that was so good that American audiences, like Hollywood, loved it. And it was like a German director not written, but whatever.
Alan, allow me to explain 100 years of pop culture history to you. No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's what it was like, though.
Okay, yeah, so it was, we kind of glazed over it too, but yeah, so the sky exploded, clouds started raining down these beasts that would jump through the villagers' chests and like cause them to evaporate into mist and be pulled back into the storm. Pagan goaded the group into fleeing, saying that the storm was the thing that was after him, and Abel kind of what's the word? Ushered everyone off after Pagan. And then you came across a green-skinned man with a crown of bones at the edge of the swamps. and right outside of some kind of wood that you've never seen before. And I guess that's where we'll pick up. So you guys are currently talking with Malevolent, or whatever he called himself.
He just introduced himself as Mal and said he has a mother, a grandmother, and a sister, and they live in the woods. And he offered us a deal, specifically a deal. He'll take us to his house so we can talk to his parents, his mom and grandma and sister, and try and figure out what's going on with Pagan. And in exchange, he would come with us on an adventure. He wants out of this swamp, and he styles himself the Prince of the Bog. Something like that. Some form of royalty of this swamp. But it wasn't enough for him. He wants to see the rest. He wants to see more of the world. He wants to get out of this boggy ass, mosquito infested, he's the only man in the house swamp.
Respect.
So you guys, are you guys still talking, or are you just going to follow him into the woods?
I think we just started following.
So Ferris has been very skeptical of this man with bones on his head coming out of the forest when we just fought an undead chicken that tried to kill her friends and not succeeded in one, not for long, luckily. And the notion of 3 women living in a swamp has not won Sepharis' trust yet, so...
Same
That's just
with
straight
Jackie.
racist, dog.
It's not, race has nothing to do with it. If anything, it's classist, because you're living in a swamp.
Yeah, that's even worse. You're classist.
It's not even that you're living in a swamp, though. I guess it would be...
Not a swamp, it's a coalwood. There's a difference.
That is a word I've never heard before. Coalwood?
Coilwood.
Coilwood.
Coilwood, okay. I was like, coalwood. Ooh, vocabulary.
Sumner's about to have a fucking meltdown if we don't start playing D&D, so let's go.
He's the one who's wanting to follow. So Abel is the only one who knows Pagan, and Pagan's the one who's in trouble and needs help from these... Don't want to call them witches yet, but suspected witches. I have warned him to be careful, but I will go with him because I trust him. So I am honestly kind of just waiting on him. If he doesn't go fall into this woods, I'm not gonna go into that wood.
Your faith has been misplaced.
Yes, so Pagan is still holding Abel's hand after Abel took his. And he looks up to you, Abel, and he says, "Are you sure about this?"
I'm about as sure of it as I am anything else. At this point, what's the worst that could happen?
As he quickly thinks about Brahm and Artorias and every other mixed character.
Pagan looks up into the sky looking for the storm that literally just ate a city, and then glances back at Mal and kind of flutters forward.
Hey, we're getting raided, guys.
Hey,
Oh.
Collie Pup.
Hi.
Hey,
to the
welcome in,
raid.
Raiders.
Hello.
Hell yeah.
Hello, welcome.
Welcome in.
Thank
We
you,
just
thank you
started.
so much for the raid.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Even though we've been going for like 30 minutes.
Shh, it's fine.
We've been talking for 30 minutes. We just started playing.
So, assuming that Abel is following Mal, Jackie is following behind. Also cautious. But Jackie at this point is trying to have a... From this point on, Jackie will be having a very new perspective on life.
Yeah,
What
and
about
you
magic?
so as you're sitting there, Jackie, you hear like a nervous chirp coming from your head as your little bird sticks its head out of your fur.
So, real quick, that's something I forgot to introduce because I asked this question last time. I have officially decided the little bird friend that I have will be named Willow.
Oh.
I know it would be super cute and fun to call it chat and essentially have the chat make bird decisions, but
It's your bird.
I'd love to...
It's your bird, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just with essentially the deity goddess, whatever she is, name being similar to Willow and the willow tree, it was like the bird should be named Willow. So
I like it.
Real
so
cool.
with the nervous chirp, Jackie looks to the bird and like tries to pet it and settle it down, but also like questioning like, what's wrong?
You ask the bird what's wrong.
Yes.
It kind of just ruffles its feathers up and buries itself a little bit deeper into your fur.
There, Willow. It will be all right.
Okay. So as you guys, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Jackie, how are you feeling? Haven't had much chance to talk after what happened in back there.
Well, to be quite honest with you, I'm feeling better than I ever have.
That's good. I admit I was a little concerned at how you would handle this situation, considering how you've not been the biggest fan of any magic at all. But
Do we know at this point, like, does everybody know at this point if Jackie actually has magic?
you were brought back to life by magic.
Yeah. So all they've seen is that there was like a flurry of birds that swarmed your body that was necrotized by the lichen, and then from the flurry of birds, you arose completely transformed.
Okay, so in
Birdwall.
that
And alive.
aspect, they know Jackie has been touched by magic, but anything else, they have no idea.
Yeah.
Right. You were brought back by magical birds from a gross zombie bunny state.
Well, Severus, there were a lot of things that happened while I was... Yes. And a lot of new perspectives were shown to me, so I'm willing to see things differently for a change. And not fully give trust to everything, but give trust in places where I normally wouldn't before.
So if you're ever in danger, I have permission to give you potions or as you need.
Indeed, you do.
I'm glad you're still with us, Jackie.
As am I.
Hey, y'all just gonna sit around and talk all day, or you want to go and get something to eat, get warm by a fire?
Sounds good to me.
Swear. Good, good. Come on, big boy, let's go.
So, as Mal leads you into the forest, it is far-reaching, and as far as you can see, it's like impenetrable by sight, and because of how lush it is, you see these trees that kind of twist and writhe and wrap around each other as they go up to a large canopy that eclipses the sky, and they kind of look like sycamore trees, but they have like this purplish hued foliage dressing the tops. And if you were to like look closely at the bark of the trees, that kind of looks like it's moving slightly as it wraps around as they wrap around one another. There's a variety of mushrooms across the forest floor, and brittle leaves crunch beneath your feet as you wander off after Mal.
How... I know you just described how, like, lush and dense this forest is, but, like, I'm not wanting to lose sight of, like, Mal or Abel or Pagan, but I'm also not wanting to follow along, like, I'm wanting to keep my distance from this strange forest wheeling and dealing man. How far back do you think I would be able to be without losing line of sight of Mal or Pagan or Abel?
So I mean, if you want to like stay back, you can try and like do survival. But so watching Mal, he is moving with familiarity through the forest, but it is a lot of sharp twists and turns. around the clusters because the trees are clustered up in spots,
Right.
and there's like very narrow paths through, like, and they
So
kind of look
I
like
wouldn't
they were
really be able to
man-made.
like stay more than maybe 5 feet back without losing sight of him.
Right. If you want to keep like eye contact with this person, you'd have to stay pretty close
Okay.
because of how dark and how heavily covered this
Right.
forest is.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. I am sticking kind of in that zone of in the back, but I don't want to take my eyes off of my friends.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Abel's trying to stay as close to Mel as he can
Same with Jackie.
while trailing behind.
Okay.
Jackie's gonna be kind of like leadership-ish, but like also trying not to be at the same time.
Okay.
Mal's kind of talking to the rest of them as he's leading them through the forest.
Well, we didn't always live down here in the Coilwood. Used to be we was in the swamp, but that was a few years ago before they ran us out and we had to find a new place to live. You understand? Not very hospitable types, in my experience from that town. What'd you call it? Big ass storm came and ate it up, right?
Yes, Penley. Hey, can you slow down, please?
Oh, sorry about that, big man. I always forget that I know these woods are like the back of my hand.
Thank you.
What the hell is that on my hand? I got you. Don't worry. Stay close. Make sure you stay close, just because, I'll be honest, Caldwell's a little dangerous if you don't know it too well.
Abel looks back to Sephiroth cautiously.
Sephiroth just kind of raises an eyebrow and gives him like a keep your wits about you, like I warned you. Kind of not an I told you so nod, but like a I said this earlier, like I stand by it, kind of like,
Abel looks
Yeah.
back to Mel.
Say, your family. They wouldn't happen to be the welcoming type, would they? Or are we in for a what kind of hospitality are we coming to expect, or are we going to be shooed away?
Well, as long as you got me with you and I tell them that you're friends, you'll be just fine. Now, if you were to happen to walk up all alone, and I can't exactly promise what that reaction would be, but as long as you're with me, you'll be fine. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. Nothing
Whoa.
at all.
If we weren't your friends, what would happen?
Well, that's a great question. I figured they'd probably roast the rabbit on a stick. They'd probably torture you until you was dead. As far as for the lady, that's a good question. They'd probably torture her too, but they'd probably be more interested in turning her into a hag if possible. In any case, somebody would definitely be getting their brains eaten out of their skull.
Oh, okay, well, I'm glad to be your friend, Mal.
Oh, it's so happy to be yours. Now, don't worry, it's just a little bit further now, just a little bit further.
Pagan leans in and whispers to you. Abel, he's like, what do you think they'd do to me?
I think you should be grateful he hasn't noticed.
Oh, and they definitely ripped the wings off the fairy fella.
Shit.
Abel holds his hand.
Okay.
Mal looks back at all of you and just gives you a big wink and then turns and keeps walking.
Cool. And so at any point, Mal, you can use your house key if you want, because you know that you're a few days away from home, going off to do what you typically do.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. All right,
Okay.
hold on now. Hold on, y'all. I hadn't exactly been honest with you. It's a couple days walk there, but we're going to take a little shortcut. He what is it again? You've told me, but I forget.
It's a house key. So it's... Are you going
I
to
know
pull it
that.
out?
Yeah, I'm going to pull it out.
Okay. So he pulls out this long spindled finger bone of some kind of creature. And it looks like parts of it were carved away to look like filigree at the ends, that kind of curves around. And then coming out to the tip, there's just this finger this little digit that's been carved away with these little teeth, jagged teeth running down the side. And then you can, so what I said you could do is you could stick it into any tree that you think you'd be able to fit through, and it will bring you within a mile of home.
He walks over to Abel and like pats either side of his like shoulders and then kind of like walks over to a large oak and there we go. That ought to do it. Should be big enough. Mind the first step. And he steps into the tree.
Yeah. So as you guys watch as he sticks this bone into the tree, it kind of like, you hear this groan as the wood wrenches itself apart and kind of twists open, making a passage into complete darkness.
You hear a voice from inside it. Come on now. Watch the first step. It's a real doozy.
Abel, after you.
Abel walks in. Cautiously, but surely.
So Pagan's right behind you.
Yeah, he hasn't let go of your hand. You're coming with him. He may look confident, but he needs you.
Emotional support.
My emotional support fairy.
Yeah. All right, Sephiroth, Jackie, what are you guys doing?
Jackie looks back at Sephiroth, like eyeing the tree and eyeing Sephiroth, just like, I guess I'm going in, and like slowly hops in after Abel.
Sephiroth, being the last one there, steps up to the tree, kind of puts her hand on the doorway, entryway that was made in this tree, looks into the darkness, takes a deep breath, steps through the tree.
So, as you guys step through, the world goes dark, and you hear like 3 different voices cackling, right, as you walk, and you're walking through nothing, and then all of a sudden you fall about 5 feet, and you're dropped onto a similar forest floor, but a little bit more sparse, with Mal standing above you.
Everybody all right? I know I told you, that first step's a real doozy of a drop if you ain't ready for it.
Wasn't exactly the first step, as Sephiroth says as she gets up off the ground.
Jackie stands up, kind of like ruffles and shakes herself off, kind of like how a dog would, fixes her hair, and then feels her bird friend and be like, "Hey, are you okay too?" Like pats to make sure they're still there.
Yeah, it chirps at you.
Okay, good bird.
So Pagan is gonna look at you, Mal, and he's gonna ask, where are they? Where's your family?
Oh, they're real close. Real close. Gonna be about a mile away. Let's get walking.
And he just turns and starts walking.
Okay.
We said that we rested and everything before leaving the caves, right?
Yeah, so it was a 3-day span to get back to Penley, so
Okay.
it's assumed that you guys would have rested those nights.
Okay.
Yeah, so as far as Monkey Man, we'll get to that later. What happened with that? All right, but you guys are in the forest with Mal. Mal is leading you off. And if you all follow, after about 15-20 minutes, you come across this little cottage in a clearing within the coilwood. Still pretty thick canopy. There's not much of a break above the cottage, but there is a small one. It's a small rectangular shaped building with this dried black wood, sloping roof. It looks almost charming if it weren't so run down, right? There's like broken shutters and ragged curtains hanging in the windows. Off to the side, you see what looks like some kind of stable, as the rope slants down a little bit more steeply there. and has like a little off building on the left side if you're coming at it from the front.
So, stay real close. Let me go in first. Let me do the talking. And, try not to make any sort of, aggressive movements. His eyes kind of linger on Sepharis when he says that.
She stares back at you. It's a distrusting look. It's not staring daggers. It's not like aggressive or anything, but it's definitely guarded.
All right, let's go see my family. He opens the door. Mama, your boy's home, and I brought some friends for dinner. Not that kind of dinner.
Abel
but,
shoots his eyes to Mal.
Okay, so all right, so you guys go in to this house, and
Sepharis
sitting.
is not into the house. I'll say this: Sepharis will wait outside.
We'll wait outside. Okay. So you all, minus Sepharis, make your way after Mal. Mal, you don't see Mother, but you do see your little grandmother sitting at the table, a cigar in her mouth, and a rotten apple in her hand. And she looks up at you and she goes, "My little piglet, you've returned. Did you find us any truffles?"
No, Grandmama, I didn't find no truffles, but I found some new friends that I thought you'd like to meet. Now they're friends. He really emphasizes friends. So I expect they're treated with hospitality and respect.
Abel is
And
smiling
not-
with both rows of teeth.
And not eaten or tortured or cursed or anything like that.
Thank you.
Jackie's just giving like a complete monotone look, like not mean, not happy, but just
Why do you need friends, little pig? You have such a loving family.
I know, Grandmama, I know that, but I want to see so much more of the world. I want to experience so many things.
And I want to eat.
You're gonna eat, old woman. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
Let me get your mother. So little grandmother stands up and begins walking away. And she goes around this curtain, this white curtain hanging from the middle of the room. And stepping out the other side, you all see a taller, more slender looking woman, bone white hair, really gaunt looking. She has an axe strapped to her back, quite large, covered with different kinds of bones and everything, and some runic script in the haft. And she steps out and she's like, "My sweet boy, you've returned."
Yeah, Mama, I'm here. I brought some friends that I met in the forest. Let me introduce you. This is Abel. He's a doctor. He's very important. We don't want
Oh,
to
so
beat or
handsome.
torture him. Yes, he's very good looking. This is Jackie. She's very radiant, very nice.
I love rabbit.
No, we're not. No.
She
Mama,
smiles, revealing these sharp teeth. that
She's
just
actually
line
a
her mouth.
herringon.
That doesn't help anything, friend.
Oh,
When she's not that kind of friend, Mama. She's a nice friend. This here's pagan. He's a fairy.
What a beautiful little butterfly.
Yes, yeah, he's very, very and he stops and notices that Sepharis is gone. Y'all stand here and talk to Mama. I'll be right back. And he steps outside.
Sepharis hasn't gone far from the front of the house, but she has not entered into the maybe yard-ish area. She's respectfully staying on the sidewalk of the mean old ladies of the forest.
Mal exits and like walks quickly over to you and gets uncomfortably inside your bubble. What the hell are you doing out here? I said go in the house. Don't stand alone out here. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Forgive me for not wanting to enter into the home of a coven of hags.
You know, if you're not careful, that bug is going to smother to death.
I'm sorry, that what?
That bug that you got up your ass is going to smother to death if you don't loosen up and get your ass in the house where I can make sure that you will not have something bad happen to you.
And as he says that, Sephiris, you feel a sharp pinch on your back end.
Yes.
No, not you. Not you.
Oh, sorry.
Her. A sharp pinch. You take 2 points of piercing damage as you feel like blood begin to trickle down your left thigh.
The hell was that?
Hello, sister. How are you?
Yeah. So, if you if you are to turn around, Sephiris, you see a small green-colored woman. Her hair cut short, and she has something that like mimics a headband that you would see in like proper society, but it's made from what looks like a dead squirrel that's been set with rigor mortis into the shape of her head. She has a cleft lip, and she's holding some kind of heart in her left hand, and she's sitting on 3 of her 4 limbs with the heart held up behind you. You brought us food, brother.
No, this is a friend. She just lost her way and didn't do as I said. She's not food, she's a friend.
But she looks delicious.
Yeah, I'm sure she fucking does. Get your ass in the house.
Sister chomps a bit out of the heart that she's carrying and then wipes her hand on Sephiris' clothes, like for a creepily long amount of time, and then she walks inside.
Mal leans forward. Now look, I don't know who you were out there in the world, but out here, you to pray. You understand? So I would suggest that you take whatever preconceived notions that you may think that you have, and you listen to me, because I'm the only thing that's going to make sure you get your ass out this cold wood alive. You understand me? And if the next words out your mouth aren't, yes, Mal, I understand, then I'm going to make it your problem.
Sephiris straightens her cloak. Make sure I have this spell before I do this. Use prestidigitation to clean the blood and heart off of the cloak. And begins to walk towards the house. But she does stop and look back at Mal. If anything happens to any of the others in this house, aside from your family, I will not hesitate to burn this forest to ash, and walks into the house.
Mal makes the spooky finger gesture behind you and walks into the house.
Wait, which spooky finger gesture? Can you do that again? Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so Sephiris, as you enter into the humble abode of the little family, you don't see little sister anywhere, and the rest of you did not see anyone else enter into the house. Just to clarify, you didn't see anyone come in. But standing before you still is little mother, as she runs her fingers along Pagan's wings, and she's like, "What does it feel like to fly?" And Pagan kind of shudders a bit and like moves in closer and a little bit behind you, Abel.
Mama, don't touch the guests. That's rude.
She kind of purrs, and then she turns around and walks behind the curtain that she just came from. I need to change it to something more appropriate for guests.
Yeah. That's right. You do that.
Take your time.
We're gonna sit here and wait for dinner. Have a little chat. Take your time, Mama. Well, friends, this is my home. Welcome treat it as if it's your own. You're welcome here. And despite how it may feel, I assure you, you're safe.
Thank you very much. Your hospitality means a lot. Thank you for the safety. I think we better be going, guys. What do you guys think? Let's go, Jackie. Let's go. Let's go. All right.
What's the rush? And had dinner.
Met your parents?
You're
Lovely bunch of people.
Yeah,
Wish you a good evening.
thank you.
Abel, we came all this way to
I don't
get
think so.
answers for Hagen.
The face of regret washes over him as he looks into your eyes, as if to say, I'm sorry.
We've already come this far. We're already in the alligator's mouth. All we can do is hope it doesn't snap shut on us while we get what we came here for. And she looks over at Mal as she says that.
You can almost hear Abel flex his butt. And he unrelentingly
Impressive, but
doesn't. You hear it go, whoosh, and it doesn't let up.
Does it sound like two boulders crashing over Coyote Cave?
Two boulders kissing over the mouth of a coyote cave.
Oh, no, but
You've heard it so many times.
It's clinching, so it's like a landslide and two boulders just...
I wouldn't put a landslide in that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Unless he has
Do I
like
need to call
chronic
HR
diarrhea,
again?
which we've established. But what?
So do I need to start calling HR again?
Okay, HR is like, we are booked.
Can pencil you in for Wednesday.
so
The 500 other complaints you sent in?
So the room
Why are
that
they
you guys
wet?
are in, the room that you guys are in, or the house itself, is just one room. It's about 15 square feet, so not that big. There are two cauldrons, one set over an open flame and another one off to the side, that's dressed up a little bit, wrapped with, again, rugged looking clothing. Mal, that is your room. You know it is your room, that cauldron. And then there is the curtain in the center of the room dividing it, the table that you saw little grandmother at, and a couple chairs, one of them broken and leaning against the wall. But yeah, it's a really rundown looking shack.
So, you want answers? What you want to know?
He reaches up into like a rafter and pulls out this dusty pipe and lights it.
What y'all want to know?
I need my memory back. Do you think that that's something they could help with?
Oh, absolutely. What you got to trade? We make it happen right now.
Sorry, trade.
Well, yeah. You know, that's generally how things work in societies. You know, there's some sort of a barter system, an exchange of goods or services with some sort of currency on the line.
I understand how a trade works, but I thought our deal was that you would come along with us on our adventures if you helped our friend.
Oh, yeah. I helped you. I brought you here. But that's your deal with me. You didn't make no deal with him.
And as you say that, little grandmother shuffles around the curtain again and makes her way towards the little chair at the table that she had. And again, she lights up her cigar and sets it in her mouth. And she's like, she looks to you, Mal, and she's like, so we speak of bargains.
Oh yeah, Grandmama. The gentleman here was trying to recover his memory, and I informed him the way that things work. You know, they don't understand how deals and bargains work. Weird, but I explained it so they understand.
They seldom do, little pig. They seldom do.
You know, you don't have to call me that no more. I ain't little.
And she cackles a little bit as she cackles and her cigar falls from her mouth, and she goes, fuck! And she drops down beneath the table. And as she does, you feel your little sister pinch you in your thigh, Mal.
Son of a bitch.
As she's laughing at Mal saying I'm not little anymore, Sepharis is just gonna say, then are you still a pig?
You should have heard him squeal. I barely pinched him when he came, and he cried, and he cried, and he cried. It was so sweet. like a little piggy.
I think I told you, but so my real mama and daddy made a deal, and they exchanged a small me as part of that deal. They was going to eat me, but I was too cute, so they decided not to. But ever since then, she calls me Little Pig. It was what you call it, a pet name. But I'm a grown-ass man now, Grandmama. You don't need to be calling me that no more.
You know, I am a doctor. If you want to get that little cute curly-Q pigtail removed, I could probably help.
Seferis elbows Abel in the ribs as he says this.
Hey, Doc, you ever been shot at close range before?
No.
You want to learn?
No,
and he
sir.
strokes his bow for a second.
I'm just kidding, big man. And he pats you on the side, but kind of caresses as he pulls his fingers away from your abs.
I'd
And
like to
Jackie?
see you try.
As you watch all this happening, Jackie, you feel long fingers running their way through your fur and up your ear, just very slowly caressing you. And if you turn to look, you see the same little sister that pinched Mal. She's at about eye level with you. That's about how tall she is, with her cleft lip, and she grins a little bit, revealing broken, jagged teeth.
Oh, hello, little one.
And she snickers and she runs off. And as she runs off, you see little grandmother begin to come back up from the table. If there are bargains to be made, what is it you require?
Mal just kind of slowly smokes his pipe and leans against the wall, just kind of watching.
Well, as our friend here said, he would, if there is any way that you can, he needs his memories back.
And Pagan pipes up a little bit over Abel's shoulder and he says, yes, I've had a slight memory problem ever since I woke up about 40 years ago. I don't remember anything from before, and there are blank spots in between here and there, too. And little grandmother, she looks at him quizzically and she's like, interesting. And what is your name? And Pagan says, well, the first thing they called me when I woke up was Pagan, right before they tried to burn me. And then the storm came, the storm that we ran from, the storm that ate the city. So I escaped, and here we are. And little grandmother says, and what are you willing to give? And she looks at the rest of you as she says it.
Go on now. Ante up.
Just ask for our names.
Don't give her your name, Abel.
My name is Bartholomew.
You can introduce yourself, Abel.
Bartholomew
You have to
Matthews.
be careful with...
The second senior.
Abel,
Yes? Wait, no. Who is that?
Abel, very nice. And she looks to you, Sepharis. And you.
You can call me Seferis.
She smiles and takes a long drag on her cigar and blows smoke in your direction. And then she looks to you, Jackie, and she goes, and you, little rabbit?
good evening. You can call me Jackie.
Very well. And what are you all willing to trade? You've asked me for something, but you've offered nothing in return.
We might not be equal trade, but your granddaughter took something from me earlier without offering anything in return or even asking to obtain it from me. Now, this might be a starting point, and we might have to negotiate further, but certainly a bit of blood and pain taken can be brought into consideration for this bargain.
You actually think that that's something that's gonna work? You know how old Grandmama is? You know how many deals she's made? You think that bullshit's gonna work?
Make a persuasion check for me, Sephiroth.
Okay. It's not a bad dice roll, and my persuasion is +8, 23.
23. Okay, so little grandmother darts her eyes towards you, Mal, and she's like, "You need to be quiet while the adults are speaking, pig."
He takes a
And she
drag of his pipe. I am an adult, you old crack.
She hears you, and you know she hears you, but she looks back to Sephiroth. And she's like, and she says, "I apologize for the actions of my daughter. But a mind is a much more dangerous thing than a scratch upon the waist, dear."
Certainly. But there must be weight given to it, considering it was forcefully taken without even a discussion, even introductions. I still haven't learned her name. I just know her as Little Sister and the one who stabbed me in my hindquarters.
And little
Now-
sister she shall remain. As a gesture of goodwill, I can offer services as recompense and as a sign of, as I said, goodwill. Is there anything on your person that you are unsure of? Perhaps I could illuminate you as to its intent.
I merely brought up the incident as the beginnings of the negotiations. Perhaps my pain, taken forcefully by your little one, can be used as part of the bargain.
I don't think so. If you require pain in return for yours, and she pulls out a dagger and stabs it onto the table, and Mal, you feel this piercing blow go through your right hand, where you are marked by your curse. And as you hear Mal make this noise, she gestures off, and she's like, "There, one of ours in pain for your pain. We are even."
Bunch of crock of bullshit. And he's like pulling a bandana off of his belt and like tying it around his hand. Stupid.
Severus sits at the table across from little grandma. Then let's get to the crux of the matter. We're being chased by a force we don't understand that seems to be tied to our friend's missing memory. You asked for fair compensation, and as you said, what can be compared to the mind? You have far more experience in these dealings than I do. What is the price of a memory?
My price is beauty. I require beauty.
Jackie kind of walks forward a little bit, and the way you described Jackie is she has like these little feathers behind her ears. Yes? Question mark.
Yeah, she has like feathered horns that sprouted behind her ears.
So Jackie walks up and questions the grandmother, like, does she like plucks a feather and it's like, "I believe this to be something of beauty. Does this work as a bargain, or do you need something more?"
No. I have something far more specific in mind. For my part of the deal, little mother and little sister might require more. You can ask them if you wish.
You have something in mind already. Why ask what we can offer? What is it you want?
As I told you, I require beauty. Do we have a deal?
Absolutely not. You have given me vague terms to agree to. Now, generally, when dealing with people not of the Fae, an outline is given with specific instructions of what is required, not vague descriptions of, you'll get your memories for your beauty. Tell me what it is you need, what you require, what you ask for. You can't go to market saying, I want food for money, and expect to be done just like that.
Mal leans in like super, super close to Abel.
You'd be surprised how far that'll get you in the market.
And like pats Abel on the back.
Uh-huh.
You say anything, Abel?
A couple of jabs, like, huh?
I'm sorry, did you say something?
Oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. We'll talk later.
He
Okay.
winks at you.
All right.
He's like, okay, we'll talk later. And he like Abel didn't hear you. Sumner did.
I imagine Abel's just sitting there like, oh.
Yeah, Abel's very nervous. He has no idea where he is.
I would like to discuss with your daughter and granddaughter what they require for this bargain before solidifying any payment.
Very well. Little grandmother gets up from the table and puts her cigar out on the table itself and rubs it aggressively into the table before she waddles off behind the curtain. A few moments later, you see the silhouette of the tall, sinuous mother that you met before. And as she comes around the curtain, she says, "So we're making bargains, are we?"
Discussing terms.
Interesting. Well, all I
friend
require
here.
is a new dress. Yes, I've heard about the little butterfly.
A new dress.
Oh. Yes, and I'll give you a location even. I know exactly what I want.
Where is this dress and what is the dress you want?
I'll know it when I see it. I know where it is. In a mountain keep. Long since abandoned. An armory of sorts, I saw? I believe. And that is all.
That is understandable. However, if you don't know what it is now and cannot describe it to us, how will we know what to bring you?
I have eyes and ears wherever I need them to be. Don't you
might,
worry,
we
little
don't.
rabbit. Of course you do. You're bringing my son. And she gestures to Mal. You did have a bargain, did you not?
He goes to Sephiroth.
Do that again one more time, Mick. I didn't see what you did. I have too many screens. Gotcha. Okay.
Blew you kissy poo.
Sephiroth, as you blow the kiss to her, she's still just stares at you, but it's less mistrusting than it was outside, even outside of the house. If you've heard everything so far, you'll know we'll need to speak to your daughter as well before we agree to any terms.
That is fair. And again, I would extend my little grandmother's offer. If you need anything identified within your possession, we do have a way of telling that you have something or quite a few somethings on your person, young lady. And And we
Yes,
would be
yes.
very interested in what they are.
Unless they would be potentially accepted as payment in place of abstract concepts such as beauty or an ambiguous dress that we don't know what it looks like, but it's in a location you're aware of. Forgive me if I don't wish to incur any more debts to you.
Free of charge. Your last chance.
Free of charge. Sepharis pulls from her cloak several objects and kind of places on the table. The necklace, the ivory or porcelain carving that has a feather attached to it, the blue cube, the little rook chess piece, the scepter, and both potions. We'll say both potions.
Okay. So you put everything out.
I lay it all on the table. If she's offering to do it for free,
Okay.
and she has said it will be for free, Sepharis is like, all right.
Okay. So she kind of giggles and she's like, yes, this will be fun. So she picks up first the feather and she opens her mouth and she she puts out this forked tongue, kind of, and licks the entirety of the feather token. And as she does, it kind of shimmers a bit and reveals to you what looks like a small carved boat, shaped like a swan. And she holds it back out to you, still kind of wet from saliva. And she says, this is a token, a feather token. With it, you can summon a boat, the most beautiful boat. And she hands it back to you.
Sepharis takes it with her left hand and casting prestidigitation as she does to clean the dirtied surface of this token. Thank
Okay.
you.
And she picks up the 2 potions and she shakes them next to her ears, both at the same time with these really long. So you know how the Grinch and how the Grinch stole
Yes.
Christmas?
Yes.
She has really long fingers, kind of like that,
Are hers,
that come
like,
off.
fur tipped as well? Like they come off a little bit farther than the actual end of the fingers from like just fur?
No, not fur, but
Okay.
these really obnoxiously long fingernails that are painted this really ugly, like yellowish ochre color. And they come out and they kind of curl back in on themselves, back towards her hand. And she shakes the potions next to her ears and she says, this one. And she throws back a cloudy, silvery looking potion. And she's like, this one will turn you into vapor. So you can get to places you otherwise might not be able to. And this one will make you small. Or even smaller in some situations. And she gestures at you, Jackie. And she chuckles a little bit. And then, okay, did you take those back?
Yes, I took them back.
Okay. And she picks up the blue cube, the glowing blue cube.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of fiddles with it and twists a few pieces. And then she hands it back and she says, a cube of force. With this, I don't actually remember what it does. 1 second.
Oh, I know what it does.
I know what it does.
Yeah.
So this is mini effects.
Yes.
It creates a force field with varying levels of strength, essentially.
Depending on what
Yeah.
side
What
it's
can and
up.
can't pass through it, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So it's a cube of force. You know what it is. And then she picks up the little chess piece. And she looks at it quizzically. And she mutters a few arcane words. And she looks at it some more. And then she casts yet another spell. And as she does, it crumbles. The cube itself. Or not the cube, but the chess piece. And she goes, Trixie, you must have gotten this from a very powerful mage. And she looks at you questioningly.
Where I got it is my own business. What have you done with it?
And and she holds open or holds up this. It looks like a key, golden, with like these. It's like a globe at the end of it, kind of like banded metal, overlapping itself until it looks like the spherical shape at the end of the key. And she explains the chess piece was a disguise, a trap. Gases most foul, released into the air. You would have been dead in moments. I should have watched. And she throws the key back to you.
And what is this?
It is a key. It goes somewhere, I'm sure. I don't know where. It seems magical.
Yeah, you know, keys. Use them on locks. They unlock things. Doors, chests, whatever.
Yes, thank you, Mal. I know what a key is.
Oh, good. I was just making sure.
You're so smart, my beautiful boy.
I know, Mama. Thank you.
How do you encourage this behavior? It's so antagonistic.
And then she picks up the scepter and she says, "This may have something to do with the key." And she casts a spell over it again and reveals. So the scepter itself, we didn't actually get into the description of it. It matches the coloration of the key she handed you, and it has a similar shape at the end of the overlapping metal. And then it's golden. It has this really nice design, not etched in, but like with molded, like it was made in some kind of really fancy, delicate mold for gold. So it has the overlapping bands of metal at the end, runes down the haft, and then this really fine purplish velvet wrapped over. And at the end of the scepter, within the haft, she flicks up the cap, like some kind of cap, revealing a little key-sized hole inside the scepter. And she explains, "This is a scepter of domination, linked to many at one point, but fewer still now, it seems. But maybe a gateway as well. It seems to have many purposes. I cannot tell you for sure. Only its creator could, honestly." And she throws it back to you.
I take it.
Okay, and that was it, right?
There's the necklace. Just the necklace.
Oh, the necklace. Okay, and she picks up the necklace. Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, you're good.
All right, so she picks up the necklace, and it is a golden chain, woven golden chain attached to this porcelain arm that is holding a ring attached to a heart, a ruby cut heart, or the ruby cut into a heart. And she lets you know that it is a periaptive health, and it'll prevent you from catching diseases while you are attuned to it. Or sorry, while you're wearing it, does not require attunement.
Thank you for your assistance in this matter.
Why, you are very welcome.
Hey, Mama, you should ask her about the bug up her ass. Maybe that's why she's such a sourpuss.
I was just getting to it, my dear. I expect things will be more civil now.
He nudges Abel in the ribs. Am I right, pal?
Do not push me. And treat affairs with some respect.
Hey, whose house you in right now?
Yours. And you will be...
I thought so.
Right. But you will do as I ask, if you wish to come along and see the world as you wish to do.
What you gonna do if I don't, big man?
We'll leave without you.
Ooh, how far you think you're gonna get in them woods alone? I bet you make it 50 yards before something murders you.
All right, fine. Come with us.
And if I recall, a bargain was made. Should you try to break your bargain with him, you would be breaking your bargains with us, for he is ours. Remember that.
Then I suppose we should amend the terms of this bargain before we complete it.
Yeah, maybe we should get the bug up your ass too, big boy. Y'all just don't know how to have fun. That's all it is. It's just jokes.
Jackie
Damn, boy.
over
Smile.
listening to Mal and looks him like dead in the eye with a serious glare and says, "Excuse me, do you know what it feels like to die?"
Maybe. I don't know. Why, do you? What's it like?
Painful. And unless you want to know, or you want your family to know what being dead feels like, I kindly and politely ask that you treat me and my friends with respect, just as you have also asked your own family to do.
Sure. So, hold on a second. I feel like we're getting off on the wrong foot here. One, y'all need to learn how to take a joke. And two, pardon my goddamn French, but did you just fucking threaten us in our own home? Did you just say you was gonna kill me and my family?
We've made
I
yet
did
a
not say
humble
that I would.
request.
Humble request. Because where I come from, that sounded like a threat. So I'm just inquiring if is that what you mean? You gonna kill us right now?
And
I
we'll
am
agree.
simply asking for you to do as you have also asked of your own family to do. When we walked through your doors, you politely asked your mother, your grandmother, and your sister to treat us kindly and with respect. And here you are, not doing anything about that at all. So, if you will not treat us kindly and with respect, how does that reflect upon your family? Your kind family who is trying to offer us help.
Your mother has been especially civil.
Very
Now,
well.
you're right. We are here to make deals, and diplomacy is important, but proper diplomacy requires respect on both sides, and frankly, you have shown very little to us. You've tried to manipulate us from the moment we've met you. And while I understand maybe a little bit, could at least give us some ground to work with.
Perhaps they are right, my sweet. Maybe you should retire to your room for the evening and prepare for your journey ahead.
Yes, go to your room.
Abel.
I just realized that's what she said to him. Go to your room.
Mal's eyes kind of flash darkly, and he gets real close to Abel. I'm gonna let you know a little secret right now. You can wipe that fucking smile off your face, or I'll cut it off when you sleep, boy. And he walks out the hut.
As he walks off, Jackie says quietly, but just enough for him to hear. So now who's the person making threats?
And Abel
So,
does the ooh behind him
Mal,
as he walks away.
He's spooky fingered him. No!
Mal, are you disobeying your mother? Are you going outside instead of to your room?
He went outside and he went through the window to his.
Okay, so
He did
as
it,
she
but on
sees,
his fucking turn.
she would have tried to compel you as you went outside to follow her instructions. So you need to make a wisdom save as you try to go against her will.
That is a 15.
Okay, so that is a fail. So as you make your way stalking towards the door angrily, you feel your body turning against your will and heading for the cauldron that's adorned with the rags and everything.
He fucking punches the wall as hard as he can as he walks in there.
Okay.
All right,
And-
Kyle.
And you step into the cauldron?
Yeah.
Okay, so you fall into a familiar room that you've become acquainted with. So you all see him step into a cauldron and then just disappear. And Mick, if you want to describe what your room looks like, I will say that it's like this cavernous little pocket with like black earth coming up the sides and a small hole at the top. But if you want to describe any decorations or anything that Mal might have in his room, you can go ahead.
Any MCR posters or anything?
Yeah.
Nah, that's fine.
You don't want to describe your room?
No. It's fine.
All right.
Not important.
Okay, cool.
I'm leaving this place and never coming back soon anyway.
All right.
Maybe not.
So. Okay. So, Mother smiles kind of creepily as she stands up from the table and walks away, and then little sister drops down from the rafters onto the table, and she looks at you all, and she's like, "I want a friend. That is what I want, a friend. Somewhere in the woods, I think I could find one, or you could find one for me."
You don't have any friends? You don't have any... any animals that might be familiar to you, perhaps?
I want a new friend. Do not question me.
Well, what do you like? What kind of hobbies do you have? Do you have any favorite foods? Common ground.
Something
new
with
friend.
many legs.
Many legs. Well, that narrows it down tremendously. Is 2 enough?
More.
Okay. Well, that narrows it down very fast. What has more than 2 legs and isn't a spider?
There are the
Insects, centipedes, millipedes, crabs.
Crabs. I like crabs. Maybe quadrupedal. Like a dog. Or perhaps
Jackie
an
goes
orange
over
cat.
to the little girl, and he's like, and I guess she doesn't lean down, but she like, "Do you like little furry creatures?"
Like you?
Ooh.
Similar, yes, but ones that don't talk like me.
Only for dinner.
Well, if you wish for us to find you a friend, you need to look and consider not making one of them dinner.
What was that?
She said, if you wish to have a friend, you need to maybe consider not making them dinner.
I'd never thought of that.
You might be able to find many friends of your own if you do not make them dinner. Friends do not like to be dinner.
Interesting.
That kills people.
Oh,
can't do that.
kills people.
Oh,
Um,
hey, I didn't know that.
Okay.
I have some apologies
Well-
to make.
Little sister, if you would allow my friends and I to discuss you and your mother and your grandmother's terms for a moment.
All right. And she turns and runs away, and she jumps into the cauldron into your room, Mal.
Is it the same room, or does she go to a different place, like little pocket?
No, so she drops down. You don't know this, but she drops down before you, Mal. And she says, "Little brother, what are you doing?"
Mal is stretched out on his bed, which is a little cleaner than the rest of the house, considering it's cleaner. His room is a little bit more organized. He's got a coin that he's just kind of like flipping between his fingers. Stewing. What do you want?
Would you like help packing?
No, I got it. Thanks. You guys figure out what the bargain is yet?
Yes, I hope they accept.
Well, if they don't, I'll lead them out of the forest, get them to safety. They should
Will be.
remain unmolested this evening. They're
Thank
safe
you.
here.
They're in his room. They're in the little pocket beneath the cabin.
Yeah, we don't.
Abel
we
says
can't
to
see or hear any of
Sepharis
this.
as Sepharis passes him a cup of tea. You didn't let me
Of course.
finish.
Of course, Abel.
Sorry.
So no more pinching, no more scratching, no more biting. Leave them be.
Summoner, get back here.
I'm sorry, brother. And she holds out her hands for a hug.
He kind of looks at her. I swear to God, you pinch me, I'm gonna stab your ass. And he hugs her.
Okay. She hugs you sweetly, and then she kind of claws you a little bit in the back and runs away real quick, and like scuttles up the.
Pulls a dagger and throws it after her.
Rolls
Yeah,
a
that's
hit.
right, run, you little bitch.
Roll the hit.
Ooh, that's
His
pretty
family
good.
is so aggressive with this.
Just a straight roll.
No, it's whatever your dagger attack is.
That is a good question.
It's a
Let's
ranged
see.
weapon.
It's gonna be really good. I'll tell you that much right now.
It's a thrown weapon. It gets ranged weapon
Is it
benefits.
above a 25?
I rolled an 18 before adding anything to it, so my ranged weapon's a +6. So there we go.
So what is that?
24.
Yeah, 24.
24. Okay, cool. My brain wasn't mathing.
Yeah,
All right,
I did the same thing.
cool. So you just barely like skim her as she climbs and scuttles up the wall. Kind of, what's that movie with the little girl that like climbs on the wall? The horror movie.
Every horror.
Is it The
movie-
Grudge?
The Grudge.
Every
You're thinking of The
horror movie
Grudge.
ever.
Yeah. So she like Grudge style climbs up the wall and out of the hole.
And The
Little
Ring.
girls popping and locking down the goddamn hallway.
I think The Grudge is the boy, and
No.
The Ring is the
Is it?
girl. Right?
I don't know. Creepy
I know
horror
exactly
girl
what you're
crawling
talking
up.
about. Like any movie that has like a haunted ghost demon like child ends up doing that exact crawl you're talking about at some point.
Yeah.
Grudge is the mom. Thank you, Freddy Bat.
Cool.
So after little sister leaves, Sepharis is going to turn to Jackie and Abel. You heard their terms. She looks up at Pagan. Are you sure your memories are tied to this force that's hunting you?
It's been there since I awoke. It's chased me.
Could it have been chasing you from before you awoke without your memories?
It's hard to say without remembering. I don't know.
It's a fair point. We'd be spending a lot of time in this forest alone hunting a new friend for the sister, climbing a mountain to an abandoned peak to find a dress for the mother, and something as abstract as beauty could be as simple as finding a pretty flower, or it could be
Possibly.
aging me or Abel or Jackie to the point of we're the decrepit old ones. Making deals with Fae, you have to be very careful with your word choice. If there's another way, I would prefer to do that, but I would hear your thoughts.
The grandmother, I feel like, might be easy. However, I've had some thought as to what she is saying, and I hope she is not trying to interpret beauty in the eye of the beholder. However, if she is not interpreting that, it could be possibly as simple as letting her know that she is beautiful. She said she wants beauty, and if she does not feel beautiful, maybe that is all she needs. As for the dress, I have no answer for that. But for the little one, I've wondered if I could, instead of finding her a friend, show her how to find her own friend.
There's a thought.
Not a bad consideration. But she's asking for a friend, so we might have to stay around until she finds one. But I like the thought process.
Friend. We can go out
Abel?
looking. Can we go out and look for one? Come back,
And that
hog tie something, and bring it back.
Abel, no, if you are to make any type of friend, you cannot do it forcefully.
That's what Mal is doing to us.
Mal is
Do we really consider him a friend at the moment?
That's a fair point. Okay, fair point.
Our only issue right now, like, for certain, is the dress. I never did quite understand magic before So forgive me if I am only assuming here, but do neither of you have any way to just conjure a dress or possibly make her believe she has the dress?
I have a shirt that's kind of big.
It sounded like she wanted a specific dress from a specific location. She would show us the way, but...
Yes. However, she did say she would know it when she sees it, so
But not
perhaps
when we
we
see
could
it.
trick her?
Maybe we could draw it. I can draw a little bit.
And how much
She-
is a little bit?
Are we looking like a U-line? Are we talking quarter-length sleeves? What are we looking at?
She's been very nondescript about it, but
Well, let's
The
hope
word-
that she says yes to the dress. Let's take her out on the town, perhaps.
the town was absorbed by the storm, Abel.
Oh, damn
God
it!
damn it,
That's
Sumner.
right. So many deaths. You're right. How could I forget? I've repressed it. That's what it is.
The words of the bargain so far have been beauty, a dress, a specific dress that she will lead us to in a abandoned keep. This dress seems to perhaps be in an armory of some kind. She wasn't clear on the details of that. And a friend with many legs, more than 2. 4 is acceptable, but preferably even more. The friend, I think, would be fairly easy to find in a forest, although time-consuming to hunt one down. The dress would be also, I feel, fairly easy to obtain, but again, time-consuming, and we don't know when that storm will show up again.
I can tell you, it shows up the longer I stay in one place. Waiting for Abel to come back in Penley is the longest I've stayed anywhere for any extended period of time in quite a few matter of years.
How long were you there for?
Well, you all were gone for about a week,
Oh,
and then the storm came. And
How-
especially when I use my powers, he seems to be drawn to my powers.
So what I am hearing is that for a technicality, we have a week.
A week in
Well,
one
let's not
place if I
push the
keep
envelope.
moving.
But time is less a concern as long as we are not staying in one place for too long, is what you're saying.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Well, that makes the dress concern a little
trivial.
less a concern.
Yeah.
I'm still unhappy with the vague terms that little grandmother has offered. Nothing tangible or
Perhaps we could agree to get her to agree to giving us a map
to beauty.
leading to whatever she wants as beauty.
Mal comes out of the cauldron with a little satchel slung over his back.
So y'all gonna do it or what?
We've just about decided.
If I may, allow me to both talk to the daughter and the grandmother. I think I can I can deal with the daughter on the friend, but I would like to talk and discuss with the grandmother exactly what this beauty might be. Again, if she just wants to feel beautiful, and if that's what she means by she wants beauty, and perhaps it is just that simple.
I would prefer to be the one to speak with the grandmother, but if you feel you need to, Jackie, just promise me you'll be careful with the words you choose to use.
I will be careful, and you may be there with me.
She seems to be the craftiest one of them.
Indeed. You may be my right hand in this, and you may speak up if you feel that I'm not saying the correct things.
Okay. I just don't
Are we
want you
okay?
to lose something that you don't realize you're giving up. Sorry, Alan, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Are we okay to take a break?
Yeah,
Yes.
I
We
really
will
have to go to the
be
bathroom.
right back.
Otherwise, you're going to have to find Rav as well.
That's true. And Rav
It's not hard.
I suppose you just
I
follow
would
the
imagine at
screens.
this point she's making her way downtown, probably walking pretty fast.
Not
her
noticing the
face is-
faces that are passing, and she's on her way home.
She is quite literally homebound. So she is. Wow, that works. That works. I normally would shit on Dylan for this, but that was really good. So.
I think I've read as much as as much as it's gonna help me at least.
Okay. Introduce us to your character then.
Hey y'all, I'm Rod. No wait.
Oh, that's so good.
And I rolled another giant weasel.
Yes! It's always a giant weasel. There's
like,
more
this
than
one's
just giant weasel,
familiar.
we promise. But
I just keep rolling a 6.
Let me find him. Hold on. Here he is.
Bag full of weasels.
That's all it is.
There he is.
you need to equip that to every map just in case.
That doesn't look like a weasel.
Talk about your characters before we jump into it.
No, talk about yourself.
Yeah,
Talk
do you,
about
what, you
me.
like long walks on the beach, right?
Yeah,
Tell us more
what's
about
up?
that.
Does your mustache leave your face at night and do its own thing?
Yeah.
Actually, I have a cup of water. I have to cleanse it every night, so I put it in there on my nightstand.
Like dentures.
Dentures.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right.
That's a thing. Moving on.
I look horrific. Let me pull up my photo of my face. It is just horrific. Oh wait, it's being covered. There we go.
So you come up and she's like, ah.
And I bite at her ankles until she falls to the floor, and then I eat her face off. That's awful, but I did it.
All right. So she's like, oh, look, no, it's okay. And then you just bite her ankles and she's like,
It's not
screaming
okay.
in pain. You leech onto her face and she is no more.
I imagine we just
give a
hear
shit.
this.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like after a few minutes, we see like blood dripping from the ceiling.
You hear screaming followed by silence.
I come back down the stairs
That's
and
the
I
sound of
high-five
forgiveness.
Igor. Thanks
Ooh,
for
looks-
having my back, Igor.
Uwu looks terrified and then sees Chubby come down the stairs and he's like, "Oh, thank."
Hear me right?
And we're
And
live.
Galvin's our mom. Wow,
Our mom.
Oh no.
And we're live.
Yay!
Bit
No one
late to
can
the
do
draw
it
there,
like
Sumner.
Sumner.
Yeah.
That's what we learned just now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a mess. If it wasn't for Sumner, we wouldn't be able to put on pants in the morning. I would
You can't do
expect.
something right. Mordecai puts pants on, but we're not playing that. So.
And
I
Faye,
like
you are
this.
brought in by a couple of guards. They're not violent with you. You're not under arrest, but they're
I'm
like,
a patron.
you were trying to like jump out the
Waitress,
window.
bring me more wine. I'm just like bumbling into the tavern. How dare you put your hands on me?
Ma'am, are you aware of what time of day it is?
It's early in the morning. You know what happens? Life. Waitress!
So while she's causing a scene, first,
All across the board. Eladrin.
They're beautiful.
Aladdin.
I don't know if I'm
I've
saying
always
it.
said Eladrin. I don't know either, so.
I've never played in Aladdin.
You know what? It's a
Aladdin.
race. It's whatever you want.
Yeah,
It's an Aladdin if you want to be.
maybe I do want an Aladdin.
Well, you know what? You've never had a friend like Miz, because
Oh my gosh.
might not be your friend.
This is all the dice I own.
Those
Not
are very
enough.
pretty dice, but it's not enough. I have played.
Stop.
Ew,
God damn it.
Sumner, why? I've played.
I fit so many dice in my mouth.
You guys want to see me fit a bunch of dice in my mouth?
God damn it, Sumner. Again?
Oh my god.
Why? Why are... We are not pirates. We are a simple trade ship.
Give me a deception roll.
Oh, fuck.
Scold. We never talked about Plan B. Can Plan B be bomb?
No, Plan B is not bomb. Plan B is we knock these gentlemen out.
I got a 4.
You got a 4?
God.
Abel says
We
to
are-
Persephone,
I have a really good feeling about this plan.
Me too.
High five.
We
Back to the
we are a
boat.
simple trade ship.
Yeah, no, he looks at you and absolutely not believing anything you're saying.
Came down to begin with.
Okay.
Let's go different directions. You have really good stealth. Oh shit, you have to have me near you. You won't have pass without a trace, but you have better stealth than me. I can just give you the keys and I can go the opposite way. If they catch me, they catch me. It's fine. I'll just go back to that room with our friends.
What did you see in here first? What is in here?
Oh, there's a hallway, but I couldn't get through it because there's a big gated door and I couldn't fit under it. Not as a tiefling, as a snake. Clearly, I couldn't.
Why don't we just try to knock this guy out and see what is inside?
Oh my god, that's a much better idea for sure. Let's just do that. Oh, there's
And
darkness
as you
cast in there, so
say,
you're not gonna be
let's
able to
just
see.
knock him out. You see the door open, and this human man opens up with his. You punch him. Roll the hit.
Just throat check him. Just
Roll the hit, Callista. But you could ask for food. It is a restaurant.
I would like a Grand Slam.
Speaking
like
of
a
Grand
grand
Slam,
sandwich?
I'm gonna ask Ricky. Is there any breakfast that we could possibly?
Jesus, Sumner.
I regret every word that just came out of my mouth to help achieve what you just did.
Oh my goodness.
He's still laughing.
He'll come back. He'll come back. He's fine. It's all right.
Sorry, dude, you set me up. Anyway,
I did.
All right, so I will be playing a black bear, really small black bear named Uwu.
Oh my god.
No.
And your name is Sumner.
My name is Uwu. I'm here to find honey and get out alive. I'm gonna go in guns a-blazing.
Oh boy. Oh.
Everything about that except the name.
My specialty is climbing. I'm gonna climb in there and I'm gonna climb right out.
Christ.
All right.
Okay.
So we're killing him first.
Ravana, you're embarrassing yourself.
I'm embarrassing myself all the time.
She comes around the corner with lemon bars and
Oh shit, are those lemon bars?
You know.
Oh, we don't need you. Oh fuck, lemon bars? Hell yeah.
So she gives each of you 2 lemon bars.
Take 3.
You can have 2.5 because she breaks her one that she kept for herself in half.
Oh no, now I feel bad.
No, give
She's
her
holding
some.
both halves and
No.
she says, "Do you want it or not?"
No, Mom, eat it.
But I have lemons outside.
No, Mom, eat it. You made that.
Literally shoves it in your mouth.
Mom, and then I give her my whole lemon bar that she gave me. And I go, it's eat. Oh, Jesus, Mom.
Take the lemon bars, sweetheart.
Fuck, okay.
Thank you. I'll make more.
It's very squeaky. It's
I thought it was going to be something horrible, but no,
but-
it's
and it seems to go down, but it seems to like hit something underneath the bed. You're like, ow, kind of thing.
Did the bed go ow, or was that Chevy that went?
Yeah, the bed's teeth around you look menacing. No, ow.
Bed go ow.
Why do people always do that? No. You say ow. Fuck you, Nolan. So there's something under the goddamn bed, okay? There's something under the goddamn
Guys,
I have the most fun on Bounty Board.
And I rolled another giant weasel.
Yes! It's always a giant weasel. There's
like,
more
this
than
one's
just giant weasel,
familiar.
we promise, but
I just keep rolling a 6.
Let me find him. Hold on.
And we're back.
Are we? Are you sure? Because this is my front, not my back.
Oh yeah.
We have
Dylan's
returned.
got those dad jokes on point, man.
Yeah, you can't apologize for them. And if it's especially bad, you pull out the joke of that was a great joke. Everyone loved that, because then you're just
Dylan, when you see somebody you know in Applebee's, do you say, "I'll just let anybody in here"?
no, because I don't go to Applebee's.
Okay, Ruby Tuesdays then.
Nope, don't go there either.
Outback Steakhouse.
Do you think I have money to go out and eat places?
Chili's.
McDonald's.
I'm just trying to think of like bullshit white people restaurants that you.
Oh
could
no,
do that
but you know what I do every time I go and I swipe my card and they're like, I need you to sign this.
I guess it's free, and the cashier.
No, I don't do that.
It's worse than that.
It's worse than that. Something you already know. If I spend like $20 on something, they're like, "All right, I'll need you to sign here." I'm like, I usually charge $20 for an autograph, but I'll let it slide today.
And the
Sumner's
cashier
already
dies
in pain.
Every time. Every time.
How many times have you apologized for him, Sumner?
I don't act
Secretly,
like I'm like
after he's walked
he
away.
does
you're
charge
like,
$20 for that. I kind of give him that look, but because I'm a bro about it, but I'm not gonna like.
Fair enough.
I'm not gonna do the.
But it's one that's like not heard enough, so like it catches them off guard, and they're like, "Oh, that was corny and stupid, but it wasn't the same corny and stupid I hear every day." All right.
Yeah, it's a step above. I guess it's free.
Exactly.
Like
It makes you pause, think, and you're like, "That was really bad," but I'm not on autopilot anymore.
This isn't as bad, but it's like my husband when they's like, "Do you need a receipt?" And he mumbles so bad. I love you, husband, but he mumbles, and they're like, "Do you need a receipt?" And he says, "As long as we can walk out with it, with our item."
As long as you let me walk out.
It took me a second. I as a cashier, I'd be like, "What?"
It took me a second I was like, as long as we walk out with it.
I was a cashier for like maybe 2 years, and they are not there in their head. Oh, Cold Spark's like, wow, she was shamed while live.
Sometimes.
I was in retail for about 10 years, and I ran a game store for
That's right, you did.
like 4 years or so, maybe a little more than that. I was like a store manager a lot, but so I'm dead inside. Just too many holidays in retail. I have no faith in humanity anymore, and I've heard every terrible dad joke that you could.
I don't know. Did you hear the one that I just made?
What's the I usually charge? Yes, I have heard that.
You've heard that? I was so proud of myself. I thought that was an original shitty joke.
Oh,
okay, Dylan. I've never heard it before.
Thank you.
Bold of you to underestimate old white men.
Look, I aspire to be an elderly white uncool man. I guess I'm just too cool.
You're too cool.
So, Mr. Elderly White Old Man, what have we just done?
We were wheeling and dealing. That's what we were doing. We followed our good, our new friend, our new question mark friend.
Frenemy.
No, he's not an enemy. He's just, do we trust him or do we not trust him? I don't know.
Real dick.
He's like my mom, my grandma, and my sister, who are hags. He was very upfront about that. So he took us to a hag coven.
He's a straight shooter, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you can absolutely say that about him. He is not. I mean, he will dance around, be colorful about it, but he's not going to dance around the subject. No. We'll make a deal.
Wait a minute.
My family are hags.
Does he use a bow?
Yes.
He's a straight shooter. I love that. Sorry.
I like that.
He has been hitting on Abel. I don't know how straight he is, but we'll see. It's fine.
Yes.
I mean, Abel, I feel like he's kind of a one-size-fits-none kind of situation, but everyone tries.
Abel's heart belonged to Brahm, everybody. Let's, his lover Brahm died.
Actually, Abel...
Unrequited love.
Abel is actually asexual, but yeah.
That's fine.
Abel is actually ace, but yeah.
Okay,
he's written as ace, but yeah.
So
we made him so sexy.
We followed Mal.
That's the best part.
We followed Mal to his family's
the forbidden fruit
hut in the woods, where Pagan, Jackie, Abel, and Mal went inside. So Ferris this whole time has not been trusting of the fact that we are literally going to a witch's coven house to make a deal with them. That's a bad idea. Standing outside, Mal was like, okay, no, that's a recipe for disaster. Get your ass in the house. And Sepharis was like, I will burn this force to the ground if you hurt anyone. And that's when we got the magic of, magic fingers? Is that what we called them?
Spooky fingers. It's a real way to
spooky finger. I was like,
summon
it wasn't sparkly fingers or spirit fingers, but it was something along those lines with an S.
Brahm did the big sleep.
Yeah, I was about to say, Monkey Man's like, wait, when did Brahm die? And we were like, he died
forever ago.
He died big. Yeah, it was not subtle. But yeah, I think you just were out that day because you definitely would remember it.
Yeah, absolutely died.
Sorry, Dylan.
We encountered Little Sister who stabbed Sepharis in the butt for 2 damage. Went in to make a deal with Little Grandma. What's Mom's moniker?
Just Little Mother.
Little Mother. Oh, so they're all little. So it's Little Grandma, Little Mother, and Little Sister.
And Brahm, who you could call Little Motherfucker.
Or Little Pig.
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Also works, dickhead.
Mom, you mean Mal?
So Grandma, we laid it on the table. We want to get Pagan's memories back because we want to know about this storm that's chasing him. If he stays in a place for more than a week, the storm that rains animals that kill people and suck up towns comes, and it's very bad. We saw it once, never want to see it again. Grandma wants beauty. Was very vague about it. Sepharis asked what she meant by that, and she was, again, evasive in her answer. Mom wanted a dress from a keep, ? I believe she actually was like a keep of some kind in the mountains. She believes it's in an armory, perhaps. Again, unsure, but she'll know it when she sees it. And Little Sister wants a friend. Preferably, the more legs, the better. More than 2 for sure. 4 is acceptable. More than that is preferred. We are currently kind of discussing what we want to do about this. If we want to take this deal, if it's worth sticking around this time. Pagan let us know that, like, the longer he stays in a place, the quicker this storm kind of comes. And he stayed in Penley for about a week before the storm came. So we have a better understanding of how long we have in a place before we need to get out of here. Right before we cut to break, Mal came out of his cauldron room where I imagine he had like headphones and like a tape player playing, Def Leppard. There was actually a really sweet scene with his sister who his grandmother has been super mean to him. His mom, a little mean, but not as shitty as grandma. Little sister like gave him a hug and offered to help him pack.
She absolutely stabbed him.
Yeah, as they hugged, she like pinched him with her nails as
like
had
claws.
nails being far worse than a person's nails, but and he threw a dagger at her. So it's a little bit of a messed up family, but at least sister seems relatively to care about him. And Dylan thought that was a really great scene and really sweet. We'll see what Sepharis thinks and everyone else, but I differentiate Dylan from the character's thoughts and feelings.
Cool. All right, so you're all talking. Mal just came up.
So what y'all gonna do? You gonna take these deals, or I gotta show you out the forest?
Well, I believe Jackie wanted to have a talk with your sister and grandmother, if that's possible. Actually, if you wouldn't, it might save time. Jackie, if you want to speak to his sister, I'll speak to his grandmother.
Yeah, I'll stay here with the doctor and the fairy.
Abel. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, there we go.
Abel, your voice.
Abel's falling down a well.
Yeah, Abel.
He's like, I'll stay with Abel. And Abel's like, oh!
What's that, Pagan? Abel fell into the well?
Yeah.
The name is Abel.
And that reminds me.
Yeah, that's what I said. Abel.
Oh! You have
I
hair!
never showed you guys this. Yeah, I have hair.
Oh, you do have hair. I was like, I thought we saw Pagan's face before, but the hair, I was like, it looks a little different. There's more animatedness
Why is
to
it
it.
giving me
Looks awesome.
Rocky Horror vibes?
I don't know, but look, magic.
Oh, that's so cool.
Whoa! That's
For when he does
awesome.
thunder. Yeah.
You just do that with your
really
face?
neat.
Huh?
You have to like, you have to like make a
He,
face.
he wiggled his
No.
hand.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Anyways,
That was cool.
I don't quite like the idea of splitting up in an area like this, but you are right, Severus. It would save us some time.
Wouldn't have to split up. We could. This place is. How big is this house?
It's a 15 square foot room.
I mean, you could have your conversation in the same room as I. We don't have to go anywhere.
This is true.
Mal walks over towards Abel and is like uncomfortably close and leans against the wall and starts smoking a pipe again, just kind of staring at him.
Hello, Mal. What you
Hello,
thinking
Abel.
about?
What's your story?
My story?
Yeah. What's that?
He points towards your eyes.
What's right there behind those? You carrying something? What you carrying behind them eyes?
Hard to say. I've experienced quite a bit of loss recently, so you might be seeing the grief I try not to show.
Yes. It's kind of hard to hide that kind of stuff amongst us.
Us?
Yeah, you know. Fey folk. I see with more than eyes, Doc.
I've had more than my fill of Fae recently.
Why don't you tell me about it? You said grief. What you grieving?
I lost a dear friend. I know it was been some time, but it feels like it was only yesterday. My dearest friend Brahm left this plane.
He sold his bones to a mysterious eldritch entity.
And what's worse is that the staff we got in return is with a member who's no longer part of the stream. I mean, party.
I thought we already got that thing.
No.
We might have, but we didn't discuss it.
Oh, it's not important.
Anyway. And then, even more recently, I scared away someone else.
Scared? You don't look that scary.
Right. Well, daggers, steel daggers, killed my first friend, and the dagger of truth killed my other one. And I wonder what will scare you away, Mal.
Oh, you ain't scaring me away, Doc. I ain't afraid of nothing. Well, just one thing, I guess, but I wouldn't call it fear so much as impending doom, as it were.
I'm beginning to get the feeling that you're the one that will be killing me.
No. Not at all. You see, part of the reason why I want to go see the world, I'm on a time limit, you understand? See, you met my mother, my grandmother, my sister. But I bet you wonder, where's the daddy? Where's the father? See, I ain't never met him. But I will soon. Soon enough. See, there's a thing about Hexbloods. We ain't really long for this world, if you know what I mean. Eventually, we got to come full up, as it were.
Full up?
Yeah. Meaning I don't get to be like I am no more. I got to become a full blood. In this case, I belong to Father. For what purpose, I don't know. They ain't told me, but you didn't really believe that shit about me being too cute, did you?
I actually did, but I should have known better.
Some days I believe it too. Or rather, I like to believe it.
Well,
don't be wrong. I love my family, as strange as we may seem to you. But I love them. I'd do anything for them. Even if that means ending my life. But before that happens, I want to live a little life. I want to have a good time all the time. Right before I go.
A man of conviction.
Just want to know what it's like to live before I don't. You know what I mean?
You sure talk like you've lived. Where does this confidence come from?
Doc, let me ask you a question. How is it that you present yourself when you're with a patient? Do you present yourself with confidence, knowledge, or do you look at them when you know there's nothing you can do for them and break down crying?
They come to me when they need me, and I will be there for them in the way I can, through expertise and my expertise. If I can't help them, then let fate guide them, and I will hold their hand.
I like that. It's very kind of you. There's something else I see in them eyes. Kindness. Your friend. How'd he die? If you don't mind my asking.
It wasn't... I'd rather not talk about it, but it was unsightly and sudden.
Fair enough. You ever thought about what it might be to get him back?
No. Knowing him, he would not want me meddling in those affairs. His wishes beyond the grave are as special to me as his memory is.
Fair enough. Well, I'll tell you something, Doc. I'm a man of my word. I'll watch your back, and I'll protect you. As long as we're together, till our time together's over. And then I'll be on my way. But until then, gotta loosen up.
And he kind of gives you a little tick 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 in the ribs.
He gets a sudden vision of Brom doing something very similar a long time ago. And he lets out the first smile he's let out in a while, but immediately realizes it and goes back to being tight ass.
Huh. Deal.
There we go. You got a nice smile, Doc. Gotta do it some more.
He extends his hand for a handshake.
I never knew my parents either.
Well, I'll tell you this. I think family's what you make it.
And he reaches down and shakes your hand.
Couldn't agree more.
Family's what you make it. That sounds like a raid phrase to me.
I thought the same thing. I was like, there's a raid phrase.
And I would actually propose, possibly, unless Alan has any more, ending it here, because I kind of want to show y'all something.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have anything? Is there anything else anyone else wanted to say before we change scene?
Not anything really important.
All right.
No, aside from trying to finalize this deal, which might cut into when we usually end, so...
That'll be a good way to recap anyway.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to move over to this new scene. I really hope it doesn't look like shit. Let's do this. Okay, so this is kind of something that I've been working on. Some people have already, kind of been teased to it, but I wanted to just, fuck it, let's show it off live and to see if it works. So this is a new kind of game format I've been wanting to... me and Nolan have been trying to, we've conceptualized a couple of times, but we never come up with a way to make it work. And I think I finally nailed it. So I want to go to the scenes. The first time I've ever shown this scene to on OBS. So let me go to it real quick. Oh, let's hope it works. Okay, I was in studio mode, kind of fucking with the cameras and stuff. Let me put everyone behind their frames, but okay, the frames are the webcams are a little fucky, so just excuse that. So this is something, and everyone is Ash because it's still a prototype. But this is Twitch Plays D&D. So the idea behind it is fairly simple, where we play a game of Dungeons and Dragons, and chat will kind of determine what each person can do. So when the players determine when the players determine that an action needs to be made, or like the meters are just going nuts, they will do generally what is being pressed. So by pressing it's simply in chat, if you do 1A, you're telling Alan to inquire, and it will just stack infinitely. So I think right now it's set, and the more votes that accumulate, it'll fill the meter, but it'll slowly decrease. So the meters will just constantly be changing. But yeah, 1A will make Alan inquire, and 2B will make Mookie attack, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I just wanted to show. No, it's supposed to be spammy. And the chat on screen filters out all of the commands. So if you actually want to follow the conversation in chat, you just watch the fucking stream. So yeah.
It's really good, buddy. You did a good job.
Yeah, it looks so cool.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
I'm gonna just fill y'all's frames because it's driving my OCD a little crazy.
Yeah,
I like the
job.
vertical stream. I like the vertical cams a lot more.
I do too.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
I love the people that are making me seduce right now, and especially
Oh my god,
that one of them is my wife. Oh, somebody wants me to attack. Yeah, that's great, man. Is this one of the things that we're gonna do for the sub goal? I believe we talked about it, but I don't know if that was. I know that was talked about.
It was thrown out there. We haven't really finalized any like hard ideas. We kind of the decision we landed on was that when we get a sub goal met, then we'll kind of decide what we're going to do for that one. And
that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I propose doing this.
This was
because it's ready
proposed as an option for sure.
Will identical messages filter be an issue? No. You can spam as much as you want. So if you desperately want one person to do something, you just spam. Yep. And it's got a trial and error type thing. So if it gets annoying, we'll probably. A lot of it's like, what if too many people do that? Like that's the point. We want it to be fucking playotic. You know what I'm saying? Like chaos. Like who gives a shit? Like let's make it fun. So let's. You know what I'm saying? Like Twitch plays Pokemon. There was no cap.
Gosh.
It would just go nuts. Like why? I don't know. I feel like chaos is the bread and butter of this fucking platform. So let's make it work.
They're pointing out though that people that don't have modship or VIP cannot spam the chat.
Oh, is that the timer? Mm-hmm. They can't. So there's a time. Is that something we can change on the back end?
You should possibly be. There should be some adjustment that can be done.
Okay, so we can change that. Good catch. I didn't realize that. Chaos! It's identical message spam. It's the identical message spam filter. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. I don't know where that is, but I'm going to find it.
It's in Twitch settings.
Is it in Twitch settings? Okay, I'll let me change it because I'd like to do that. Yeah, what are your thoughts? What kind of ideas does this generate? What concerns? I'm just curious. I don't know. I want to talk about this. It's been heavy on my mind for a while.
I mean, it seems really fun. I mean, besides the spam thing going on right now, I mean, you've got it pretty much set up.
It's very cool. I love the way it looks. I actually really like the cameras this size. I like them more vertical like this.
Yeah,
it looks really good.
I originally had the bounty board stuff like way too zoomed in and like way too narrow, but I'm over the moon good with the proportions. So I notice we have a lot of dead space next to us where it's just nothing.
Who am I supposed to attack, Monkey Man?
You attack Dylan.
What? No.
Yeah, doesn't it look good, Potato Man?
Oh, he's.
I'm to your left.
I was gonna say like you're over
like
here,
down
so.
me.
Potato Man likes your new hair, Mick.
Thank you, Potato Man.
You might not need to do another layer.
Oh
by the
no,
way.
I definitely do.
You
In
do?
this lighting, it looks good. But
That
if I
suits
was
you,
in different lighting, I definitely gotta do another.
What inspired you to do that? Out of curiosity.
So my wife is dyeing her hair, and I was like, "Oh, if you have some left over, we'll just do mine." And then I was like, "That seems fun." It was
Nice.
because I haven't done anything. I didn't get a haircut for like 2 years, and I was just like, "Yeah, it seems fun." I haven't dyed my hair since I was a teenager, like a young teenager, like 14.
When I was a young lad of 14.
Yeah, it's so just like random. I just thought it'd be fun.
Sumner, you wouldn't be opposed to using this layout for a normal layout, would you?
It's really cool.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, we can do this. I kind of like it. The proportions are going to be a little different without the voting thing. It'll be different frames.
Though, because my only concern with this is that the map view is a little small. It kind of cramps everything and makes it difficult to see. But if we remove the voting thing and use that space to fill with the map space more,
I'd probably
I
just
think
scoot the bottom half up a little bit because the DM screen.
Exactly.
This is one of the very few DM orientations I've ever seen where the DM is actually smaller than everyone else. But I actually think the DM being smaller is more appropriate. I know that's kind of weird, but
I agree.
I know it sounds kind of counterintuitive, but I don't know. The players are always the focus, and I feel like that's always lost.
The players are the heroes of the story.
Yeah.
The map is the visualization of the story that's going on.
Exactly.
The DM is there to facilitate the story. The DM is
because I'll be perusing D&D on Twitch, and there's a lot of much more successful channels and stuff that are DM is he's half the screen, and then the players are beep beep on the side. I'm like, no, why? The players are the best part. Anyway, but unless the DM is very, very strong, and I kind of get that, but even then.
The role of the DM is the man behind the curtain. He's the Wizard of Oz, portraying this image for everyone to enjoy and to immerse themselves in this fantasy. You don't want to see the old man behind the curtain. That's not the fun part. The fun part is the big green face. It's I am the Wizard of Oz.
I know. If I wasn't so expressive with my hands and face, I'd probably just opt for just being a voice. I wouldn't even have a camera. Just
I am Poseidon, lurking behind you.
I hand talk way too much as well, so I totally get it.
I get way too.
He's a scarecrow.
This is the only Oz that came
Oh my
up.
god!
Oh wait, no. Here we go.
Oh
yes!
Put him up! Put him up!
Come on!
Oh,
Oh wait, and here you go. Here's the last one.
Oh
wow, that's really good.
I've never seen a 10-man. Look, I've never seen a 10-man on Tinder.
We stand Sumner face in the potato. What?
I caught that Todrick reference.
Thank you.
Sumner, what about making the bars for actions 2-row instead of 1? Only 2 actions? That would be. I'm interested. What do you mean?
Are you talking maybe more
inquire, attack, sneak, seduce? You do maybe inquire and attack.
Or what? I think he's saying Who Wants to Be a Millionaire style. It's A, B, C, D.
Oh, yeah, that's possible. Yeah, I could do that. I think I like it like this a little bit more, probably because I spent a lot of time on it and I don't want to go back and do it again. But I do. If there was, well, this way now I can do 8.
4x1 grid is good for what you're trying to get done here. It shows the bar. I feel like if it was 2x2, the bars would be very cramped. And
you wouldn't be able to see.
It wouldn't really show the progress of each one. Give it the grandeur. It yeah.
I like looking at this. I spent so much time. I would spend so much time on it. I know it probably doesn't. Okay, sorry. Okay, I really see. I know we've come a long way since Faithful Encounters, and Playotic is just so much better in my opinion, and I'm really happy with it. And I'm just
it's all great.
This team is
bask
phenomenal.
in it, admire it.
Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good to raid. I think. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we also have possibly some memes tonight. Question mark?
Oh shite! Let me look.
I know we always at least have a few.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching our stream. Everyone judge me. Okay, here we go. Trade offer. Yep, I was waiting for the trade offer memes to come out. I received beauty, a dress, a meal with a bunch of legs. You received some backstory. That's accurate. That's funny. Some exposition for you. I hope we're having mashed potatoes. I mean, oh my gosh!
Who do we want to raid?
I haven't looked yet. We can raid anyone.
Here's this here's a small streamer. How do you say this name? Amaranth? 7 points.
Amaranth. That's a silly name. I hope she gets big.
Yeah.
Oh.
What was our raid phrase? I thought of spooky fingers earlier as the raid phrase, but
spooky fingers is actually a pretty damn good raid.
Family is what you make it.
Yeah,
family is what you make
it. Spooky fingers.
Weird fingernails in his butt. Yep, that's like literally the face I was imagining with Abel. That's been his face the whole time since he's been in this house, by the way. Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Favorite parts?
Favorite part? Yeah. Oh man. My favorite part was the conversation I had with Mal at the end, where Mal became a little bit more human.
How dare? No, that was mine too. That was good stuff. He's an interesting character. Like, I'm still trying to figure out the fine line of like how much of a dickhead can I make him, and like how.
I think you're doing a great job so far, because I mean he's been a dickhead, but like I don't remember if I said this on stream or in between, but like the way Grandma and Mom have treated him, kind of like really shittily, has made Sephiroth be like, all right, he may be a dick, but I kind of see why he's the way he is, and I want to help him. So like, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be like, all right, let's get out of here, and he's gonna be a dick. He's like, don't make me regret this decision.
Art imitates life. Mal's inspired.
Fart imitates food.
Nah, he's interesting. I think. Like I said, I don't know. We'll see. It's a good time. It's good funs. I love it.
I'm still trying to find the setting for repetitive messages, but we can. What about you, Alan?
What
You're
about
the DM?
What's my favorite part?
Yeah. What are you excited to see? Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot I'm excited to see. Possibly. It depends on what you guys do. But I liked poking Sephiroth in the butt. That was real fun for me. I like scratching Mal's back. That was also... I liked hurting you guys with this dysfunctional family.
It's really funny. I love the dysfunctional family. Yeah. Like how much shit they give each other is really funny.
Well, no. How much shit they give Mal. They were all fine with each other. Maybe a little like, all right, come on now, little sister. Like, you're ruining this deal for me. Like, you're giving him leverage. Come on. But with Mal, like, and she stabbed a table and hurt Mal. Like,
dang it! I swear I've seen it. I can't find it either.
Oh, the settings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's like MooBot or something that's like already has like bot commission.
Monkey Man said it isn't a channel setting; it's global to Twitch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you could adjust it. I just can't find it.
Interesting. In that case, I might increase the weight of a vote. Interesting. So you have to be a mod.
I mean, I don't know if you could do this, but you could make it like each vote is like weighted based on the percentage of participants in the chat. So if there's, 5 people in the chat, each vote will be more impactful than if there's 20 people in the chat.
That would be amazing. I have no idea how to do that, but I'm sure it's possible.
All right, who are we raiding?
Good question. Let's find out. Who we got raiding Dungeons and Dragons? Wow, Sam Witch has gotten so big. Good for her. I remember she was at pushing 30, 40.
Sumner, I like how we're just watching you scroll through D&D channels.
Yeah, you want to watch? Let me see. Whoever. Let's rate
A
small.
stream where you just watch someone watch other streams, please.
That's one of those surprise. If we get to our sub goal, we'll do that. We'll do live stream commentary.
Today on this live stream, we're watching this other live stream. Oh, look at this loser. Look at him. He's doing a thing.
Levels of madness.
Okay. All right. It worked for him. All right. He's cooler than me. Fine. Whatever.
I like these guys. Setup. This is sick. Let's see what we got going on here. Levels of Madness D&D. That's a sick name.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Fuck it. Let's go say hey.
Okay.
All right,
hey,
guys.
for horses, Sumner.
Well, thank you so much for being here, guys. We love you very much, everyone. And we will be back on Wednesday with the other half of Playotic.
They're werewolves again.
Playotic podcast.
Maybe they'll
dropped.
do spooky fingers.
Yeah, maybe they will.
Spooky werewolf fingers.
Ooh.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
Don't forget to
Bye-bye.
raid. Family is what you make it.
Spooky fingers.
Raid.
Spooky
Bye-bye.
fingers.
Spooky fingers.